Hi, this is George Scaggs for Texas Insider. Thanks for joining us. Well, this week, action in the Texas House is heating up with several hundred bills being brought to the floor. And of course, the big issue on everyone's mind, the issue of redistricting. Earlier today, we caught up with Representative Jim Jackson, chairman of the Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence Committee, to discuss redistricting and several other important issues. I'm here with Representative Jim Jackson from District 115, representing Farmers Branch, Carrollton,
Addison, Coppell, and some of Dallas.
Yes, sir.
And a little bit of Irving.
A little of Irving. So, Representative Jackson, we understand this week it's very busy in the House.
Yes, this is going to be a busy week.
And today the House is addressing HB 400?
Yes, HB 400 is on the calendar today, along with a lot of other good bills. Some not so good, probably.
This bill is carried by Representative Eisler, right?
Representative Eisler.
So this bill, it reforms some education processes and reduces state mandates?
It intends to give back more local control, to let school boards and school districts and superintendents run the local school district in a greater way than we have in the last several years.
I understand the bill moves more towards a merit-based system for teachers. Is that right?
It does.
Yes, sir.
It does to the extent where there's got to be layoffs. There have to be layoffs in some districts. It does away with the last in, first out, so that you don't have to take the 2-year teacher or the 3-year teacher that happens to be teacher of the year and throw her out to maintain somebody that's been there 20 or 30 years just because of longevity.
Obviously, redistricting is the big issue this week. In your opinion, is it possible to defend all 101 Republican districts?
Well, I don't know it's impossible to defend it. It's impossible to draw 101 districts in which we can reasonably be assured of any success in electing Republicans.
I understand redistricting is a multi-step process.
It is.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confusion out there, and I'm sure our viewers would like to know more about it. Can you help explain the redistricting process for us?
Well, first it has to go to either a 3-judge panel in the District of Columbia or to the Justice Department for pre-clearance under Title VI. Once you get pre-clearance, you can still get a lawsuit, and it would not be unusual, given the history we've had the last few years, that somebody will not like the districts and will file some kind of lawsuit. And we want to be sure, as best we can, that the map we draw is fair and equitable and defendable. And legal.
We know there are several maps in the House. Do you believe that the Solomon's map has the votes?
I think it probably will. It may have some amendments to it, some agreed-to amendments in certain areas, and there are a lot of plans and a lot of amendments that have been filed, and I can't guarantee it has the votes. I think it probably will prevail in the end.
Republicans currently hold 101 seats in the House. So how many seats do Republicans anticipate coming from this map?
Well, the Solomon plan anticipates, I think, 92 seats that would be solid, and as opposed to the so-called Nixon plan that purports to do 97. But I've looked at both plans. I don't think that we can successfully defend over a decade the 97 districts.
Be sure to join us for continuing coverage of the Texas 82nd Legislative Session. For Texas Insider, this is George Scaggs.